Northwest Now is supported, in part, by viewers like you. Thank you.
But we will charge them approximately half of what they are and have been charging us.
President Trump announced a boatload of tariffs on Liberation Day last April. It tanked the stock market and threatened to shut down supply chains. But then came a long series of on-again, off-again adjustments that have made planning for both large businesses and small just about impossible. Now, Washington State Treasurer Mike Pelliciotti worries that tariffs could cost the state more than $2 billion in general fund revenues by the end of the Trump administration's term. We'll hear from him and the president of the Washington Roundtable, Rachel Smith, tonight. Our Steve Kiggins shows us how it's not just the multinational megacorporations feeling the heat from tariffs. Tariffs are the topic next on Northwest Now. Political leaders here in Washington state hate just about everything Donald Trump does, so bear that in mind. But even traditional center-right constituencies, like business leaders, are worried about tariffs and the outsized impact they could have on Washington state. One estimate says tariff cost for the state's businesses could go from about $2 billion to $20 billion. Globally, Standard & Poor's says tariffs have cost global businesses about $1.2 trillion, with about two-thirds of what essentially is a tax on supply chains hitting consumers directly. As one example, grocery prices are up 16% as importers lose the ability to eat the costs, and major economic drivers like agriculture and aviation risk losing export market access in countries that have only recently opened their doors after years of intransigence. In addition to the direct impact of tariffs, the number of knock-on effects are almost limitless, including putting about 32,000 trade-dependent jobs at risk. As Steve Kiggins shows us now, it's not just the state's largest corporations feeling the impact of tariffs.
Political tensions like shifting tariffs or the threat to annex Canada has squeezed the number of people willing to cross the Washington state and British Columbia border. Statistics Canada reveals the number of Canadians choosing to travel southbound has been on a steady decline for the past 8 months. In fact, down 34% between August 2025 and the August of last year. And that's bad news if your business is used to serving our neighbors to the north.
We are really going to be in a world of hurt between now and the end of the year.
They're putting the finishing touches on Rainier Valley Food Bank's new home. The team moved in just weeks ago. Through 2024, everyone kept pace to meet a 40% growth in the weekly home delivery program. Executive Director Gloria Hatcher-Mays calculates tariffs will lead to significant increase in costs next year.
We've spent about $700,000 on purchased foods, and we're expecting when the tariffs are fully implemented that's going to go up to over $1 million next year.
This is going to impact people all across our state.
In September, Governor Bob Ferguson highlighted details from a Washington State Office of Financial Management report analyzing the Trump administration's 2025 tariffs. The report predicts tariffs will raise costs for vehicles, groceries, and clothing, cost thousands of jobs across multiple sectors, and stunt GDP growth, leading to weakening state revenues.
When we receive coffee now, we are constantly just worried about what that final price will be.
Ephraim Fazaha owns Boon Boona Coffee, which sources beans globally. He says tariffs have chilled dreams of expansion.
When it comes to, do we expand further beyond where we're at, it is definitely something that we hesitate about.
We're a very connected region despite the border.
A recently published brief by the Border Policy Research Institute at Western Washington University revealed tariffs and threats to annex Canada has fueled a damaging boycott. 4 lease notices hanging in empty storefronts in Blaine are a sign that border communities, still struggling to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic, are uniquely vulnerable.
It's an opportunity to really think about what it means to shop local, to support local business.
The tariffs, they're out of control.
Echo May, owner at Northwest Yarns and Mercantile in Bellingham, says tariffs forced price increases on imported fibers, leading to customers scaling back projects and Canadian customers avoiding travel altogether.
Most of them have simply chosen not to come south. And I think that's an understandable situation.
In the North Sound, Steve Kiggins, Northwest Now.